Hi there, welcome to Breaking Bidehul. I'm your host, Scott Voci. I think this is 13-ish. Trying to keep on track. Remember I told you about my neck? We talked about the neck. Okay, when watching these witches, they're on different platforms. They're doing different things. This is Bidehul and how he works for his other clients, hurting you and me and your family, and not just Western society, but all of those in Russia as well. Don't forget, Moshka Bidehul Sonista Konvrima Peter. It's the West controlling the laundromat, controlling the baby fucker, setting up Russia with the child sex crimes and the laundering scheme with the children, saying it's Russia's fault. Russia then is backed into the corner again, and Russia will be blaming it's gay. LGBT, child assault, child sexual assault. That's a quote from VVP. That's what he says. They have propaganda officers, ministers working pro-church, anti-gay people. Really big on the anti-gay. But it always raised the question, why? And why are we continuously pushing child sexual assault on homosexuals? What's going on here? Well, the West is going to blame the entire operation, Bidehul, and the laundering mat on Russia. Russia will turn around and hand it to its gays. The gays will be murdered on the street, thrown off the bridges. But there's a lot of water in Peter. I was thinking if you throw someone off the bridge, they're not going to die. But they throw them off the bridge. Otherwise, out when you get out towards, anyway, they'll throw them off those high bridges, and they'll just say, glory to Russia, until we destroy Russia, and we start the civil war, and we steal their nuclear warheads, and we don't let China get them and go red. And so when the murderer kills the traitor, they'll say the criminal, Bidehul. They'll call the gay person a baby fucker and say it's your reason. You're the reason that we don't have a country. And we're Chinese. And we're red because of your gay ass doing children. So you can see the writings on the wall. They're clearly going to blame the gay. I can't find LGBT freaking advocates. I can't find anybody that cares about what's going on in Russia with the gays. I can't find Russian Americans that care. When I press the Congress for Russian America, they point to, I can't say it. I'll be whacked. We need to work around that. Bidehul is the one that will PETR-PREZ. He will expose that client. It's his client. They're all taking the money. The money's everywhere, as we talked about in the past. Oh, yes. How the witches hurt you. You see them grabbing their neck. They're grabbing their hands. They're doing that curse. But everyone does the curse with the fingers. Grab, make a peace sign, put the two fingers together, come over with the other hand, grab them, hold those two fingers, or go ahead and make a little cup at the fingertip and screw around with your fingertips at the end of one of those fingers. And sit there and I don't know how to describe that. To me, it reminds me of like cutting the skin off the top of a wine bottle when you go around the top. And it's very much like that. And when we find out what's going on here with the hypnotism, etc., the mass hypnosis, it apparently has an effect. It's sort of like a cutting right around the penis head. And then once there's something is detached there, then it's a pulling on the sides of the base of the penis at the scrotum, an incredible burning and itchiness where the victim will scrub and scratch at the victim and the scrotum, and the stuff that happens to the skin, and then I think the gravity, just the weight of the testes are pulling the scrotum down, but it steals at those edges of the penis. The skin will go down, reportion itself, and the penis seems to retract, and now the penis is tiny. And the effect, as he shows on the websites, are as a bird nest effect. And I know when you first see this, you go, how come that guy has a penis like that? And then Bidehul's laughing, and he's saying, you can buy this product now, and I'll make your penis bigger. So he makes your penis smaller, and then he sells stuff to make your penis bigger, and it all supports his baby fucking operation. It's all about the kids to him. He's going to blame you, ruin you, torture you, and divide you. Back to them. They rub their necks. Watch their hands. Always. They're not playing with their hair. They're not turned down. These are witches. They're not your friends. They're not models. They're not strippers. They're not whores. These are cam whores they're put off. They're all doing sex. These are the breeders. They're off doing their sex with their other witches, and they're doing these elite shows apparently for the oligarchs and the other. The labeling's no good. The really rich freaks there on Red Square and elsewhere. Bidehul uses the witches, and he has the private orgies with them. Apparently everyone doesn't see. They see these waiting rooms like a brothel's waiting room. And when the witches aren't doing their thing for the sex shows, they're in there luring you with their ways, their witchy ways. But you'll see it's not really, there's nothing pleasant. They're witches. And they're not very sexy when you start seeing what they are. And they're possessed or influenced themselves. And it's all very evil in nature. And it's all hypnosis. There's spells, I guess, and watch their hands. They're doing all sorts of stuff. And it's bad news. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. We're going to actually close them down. Oh, yes, Multimedia LLC. This is our target. I jump ahead. After Peter, they'll take care of Russia. We're going to London. We're going to do Red Square. And we're going to kill OnlyFans and the witch at Great Portland Street in London. Kylie. That witch. We're going to go get the Stokeleys, the former CEOs. These are all responsible for all the children. They're going to sing. And Great Britain's going to see what they created with their sanctuary, taking their citizen freeze. As Bojo, the former prime minister, laid it out. Not me, on the floor. Parliament. We'll go back. We'll get it. We don't even need to pay him his $1 million he wants for an interview. Great Britain will see they took the money, they created this monster, and they're going to kick them all out. They'll stop taking whatever it is, 2.6 every year or so in citizenry fees. So they're greedy. And Great Britain will see what they created. VVP starts killing them, thinning them out. But I don't know if that gets rid of all the corruption in his Kremlin, the ISC, the FSB. Well, who knows? It does seem that he and Barry, Sergei General Shoigu, might be some of the... You see him, Lukashenko? Was thinking this, but have you seen VVP Putin with Lukashenko? You know the show Trump, especially the black people stumping the black vloggers. They like to point out to the black community that, they tell us we're supposed to hate this guy, Trump. Look at this guy. Look what he does. They're supposed to hate him. How would you hate that guy? Look at him. When you see Putin with Lukashenko, I would say if you want to be fair and you want to start looking at what's going on here, trying to figure it out, I think it's interesting who Russia has left to trust, who is for, of, and by, and in. And it's pretty interesting. It starts getting pretty interesting. But I just need the plan. Our guy won't talk. Our side won't talk. No comment. No negotiations. No settlement. No nothing. We're going to do this for a long time. We'll even put money on your end so you can keep fucking fighting. Why don't we get to the bottom of it? I think the plan is to destroy them. We have Ukraine fighting them. As a respected general has pointed out before. We thought it was better to have Ukraine fight Russia than us. Well, can we get to the end of this here? What's the plan? Get the warheads before China does. Start the civil war. Let's talk more about how and why we're going to destroy Russia. Shouldn't it be right out on the table? Why don't we talk? It can't be all classified. Anyway, I'm going to keep it about my frenemy, my brother. He's being used in this, and he wants out. He's going to give up the top client, where all the money is, their little curse to slow down the population and hurt the human race. But Bidehul on his own is doing a number on the kids and on families for his loser master. Loser. We're going to frustrate the enemy's plan. So, folks, it seems pretty apparent. You can't even watch the free stuff. Do not spend a penny on any of that, as all of it will have you lose interest. You physically will not respond. As the greatest broadcaster points out, they're so itchy. It's so itchy. Ooh. And then I'm just stuck with taffy and nothing happens. So I tell myself I'm old and this is normal. Yet he's back at it again. He's like, yeah, it doesn't work. I'm losing interest. I'm watching it and my family lust and my lesbian stuff and that. I'm losing interest in it, but isn't it a great time to be alive, guys? We have free porn. You can go there and watch it. It's so good. There's some other interesting comments he's made as well. I think it'll be interesting to watch Howard and Bill Riley. It's a bestseller, Killing Witches, as Billy points out, which suggests that the previous leaders, the founding fathers, had to kill witches and that the current leaders are at it and must do the same thing. Killing witches. Forget Salem, Bill. Talk about the current situation. Thank you. What does my frenemy say when we ask him about these issues? He laughs in my face. He said, "You'll never get me." Fans of the old Firesign Theater, bear with my impersonation. It's Rocky Rococo, I'm telling you. It's amazing. Grab the witches, VVP. Send them to Ukraine. Greatest PR campaign ever. Unify. Get all your kids. Babushka will send them out the door. You need to be like Orbit. You need to be like Frank. Send them out there. Send them with Shamal. Give them an acoustic guitar. Have them sing "I Am Russian." All the women will fall for these witches he uses. And they'll push the guys out the door to go serve. Then, Babushka, you grab your gay son, your patriot son, and your priest, and you march over there and you make VVP kill those witches. Get rid of those covens. That'll slow him down. VVP can use his own damn money, and they can start laundering money with their gray economy and those parallel items. Our leaders are already slowing the funding on our end, making effort after effort to slow the funding. The argument on this side of the table is clearly being made. We'll look more at how mass hypnosis gives you pain, hurts your body, has changed the attitude and approach to sex, which has dropped in the birth rate that the experts predict would leave us with just 10% population in just a generation or two. Others say Mr. Musk is putting up a smokescreen. We don't have that time, as the plan is to reduce the population to 500 million, just 500 million people by the year 2030. Tammy Bruce is right. I need a partner. Is it you, Tammy? We're real media watchdogs. I saw it. You see it. You know what they're doing. Let's go. That's next time on Breaking Bidehul.
Since we got her, digging in the dirt. Find the places we got her, digging in the dirt. Find the places we got her.